Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to the Horror Show Part 2. And you know the co-host, Atdawn. Atdawn, talk to everybody.
Thank you, Rant. I'm Atdawn. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to part 2 of today's show. I have a channel in the YouTube community where I do a mix of everything, a little bit of gaming, a little bit of live streaming, and a little bit of movie reviews as well. And glad that we're doing this. We're actually doing a two-parter. We have a sequel. We're officially a horror franchise, Rant.
Yes, we are. I think maybe we're probably the first people to do this type of thing. You think? To actually do a part 2 and in the same day at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
For
making
sure.
history. We are making history. Oh man. So what horror movie would you like to talk about for a little bit?
Oh, there's so many of them. Where to begin? Let's see. What's our most recent? Let's start with that. What's the most recent horror movie other than like Hills of Eyes? We watched that a little while ago. What's the most recent horror movie you watched? And I'll try to think of what I watched as well because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
The most recent horror movie I have watched. Oh, I believe it was Bud the Chud.
Bud the Chud. I have not seen that.
I couldn't watch Chud, but I was able to watch Bud the Chud. We have Jesse Miller up in here. Hey Jesse, how you doing?
Hey Jesse.
Yes, the original Friday the 13th franchise is awesome.
Oh yeah, yes, I would love it. Love that first. Well, all the Friday the 13th, but especially like the first 8, and then up to.
Yeah. I didn't like Jason X as much.
No, we can talk. If you want to talk about Friday the 13th, I could join you. James is with us as well. Looks like James Clark came in.
Oh, hey James, what's up, bro?
Thanks but you're right. Jesse says the new one sucked. Yeah, the remake wasn't the greatest. I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah, it was bad.
But we were talking about it on the first part, Rant. We were talking about my thoughts on it in comparison to the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. It's not as bad, but that's not a very good comparison. That movie is terrible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they went all over the place with it, honestly. I didn't really understand it as much as like you would think you should, just because it didn't seem to be cohesive, you know?
No,
just how like the kids were and stuff. Like,
yep.
I don't know. Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Agreed. I actually saw another because there's been so many back and forths on the Friday the 13th franchise, whether or not we're ever going to get a new movie, but I'm pretty sure they're like rebooting. What do you call it? They're rebooting Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, they're supposed to have Robert back, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what Jesse Miller is talking about in the chat. I think Robert is still alive, Kane is still alive. I'd love to see Kane Hodder come back as Jason. Best Jason easily.
Yes, he's just iconic as Jason, you know? Like it would be hard to it'd be cool if we would be able to have a new franchise of Friday the 13th actually do good. And it'd be crazy to actually have someone almost get on the same level as him. You know what I mean? Like for nowadays, kind of like carry on his legacy as Jason. Like it'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, we'd be able to get pictures of them together at like, you know, horror, like
exactly
horror movie cons and stuff like that. You know, like that.
Exactly. Cool. That would be really, really cool.
Like, you know, get a picture of him passing over the machete and the mask, or at least just the machete. I think, yeah, that'd be nice and subtle. Not the mask. That's too much.
Yeah, exactly. Can't have this mask. You can have your mask, but you can't have this mask.
Yeah, right. Like you get the newer one. I'm keeping mine.
But yeah, like I was saying, there's so much back and forth in the lawsuit that's going on with the guys that own the rights to Friday the 13th between the original producer and director Sean Cunningham and the creator, like the writer that wrote the first one. It's just going back and forth. Like it's never going to come out. They just need to solve it and get a new movie out there. Like this money waiting to be made.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it shouldn't be all that hard. You know, especially for nowadays, there's always going to be stupid teenagers willing to go to Camp Crystal Lake for something.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Like,
I don't understand it. Like they had that game, the game came out 2 years ago, Friday the 13th, the game.
yeah.
It did so well. Like it was an indie game and it like blew its expectations away. It won like game of the year and they didn't make a movie off it. Like what are you waiting on?
I don't know.
Horror fans need to know.
Yes, they do. They do. Anytime I look it up, it's just like, come on, give us something. Give us something. It was supposed to come out last year along
Yep.
with the Halloween part 2.
Yep.
Well, that was also a remake as well,
Like
which is actually kind of
the
crazy.
actual remake, the new Halloween. What did you think of that one last year? We got a Halloween.
Oh, the ending of it, I did not like at all.
I'm
The
trying to think because I saw it
granddaughter,
twice. Oh yeah, where they have him trapped in the basement and they're like burning the place down. He's
I
just like
think he
looking
lived.
up the staircase.
I think he lives. I
I'm
mean,
pretty
Michael
sure they
can
did.
take fire.
Yeah, they've already like hinted that they're the guy, not Carpenter, but like Danny McBride, who was working on Alien Covenant as well. He's already hinted that they're gonna make another one.
Yeah, just as long as it's not the granddaughter, because you know they had her holding the knife at the end and all that.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about that before. We talked
Yeah,
about that before on like one of the earlier streams that we did together about horror, and if that's going to be a possibility, like it's going to be like female Michael Myers or Michelle Myers.
I mean, how do you think the mask would be? I mean, obviously, she's not going to have the same mask. The thing would be way bigger than her head.
Yeah, exactly. They'd have to tone it down. I just saw in the chat James Clark's comment. They should remake a remake.
I
They've did
think that's
that.
what they would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that with every horror franchise, really. Even the more popular ones
Oh,
today, like
the
we've
blob.
talked. Yeah, exactly. They remake everything over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, the blob's supposed to get another remake.
Yep.
It's crazy. And honestly, I just hope that they don't make it too CGI because the blob is awesome. You know, it really is. It's just an awesome, like, indie tale. Like, okay, this blob comes down from space and you don't know what it's there for. And, you know, it's just eating everything it can. It's just, oh. And the way it is, it's so horrifying and graphic. You know, it melts away at you. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
crazy.
It really is. It really is. I love the blob and stories like that where it's like a cloud or a mist or anything like that or that envelops you and you like disappear.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. It really does. Like, honestly, man, the blob. Oh, oh man, it's the blob. Like, I just can't say anymore. Oh man. Did you see the remake for Critters? The trailer for that yet?
I saw the trailer. I haven't watched it. We were talking about that on one of our previous streams. The site that makes it, like it's AMC owns the right to it, but it's a website called Shudder, and that's where Critters is. That new Critters, like they have a Puppet Master remake as well. I haven't seen. I've watched the trailer for Critters, but I haven't actually watched the actual thing.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It's, you know, it had a what you call it, more humor than it ever should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, James is turning in. Good night, James. Thank you for stopping by. Oh man. Yeah, they just have a lot of campy jokes in there, like really cheesy acting, absolutely embarrassing for what could be like, you know, really good horror, you know?
Yeah.
Because Critters, I mean, when you just see them things, they are jet black. You know what I mean? They got those red eyes and all the sharp teeth, and those
Mm-hmm.
things shoot those darts out of their back that like incapacitate you pretty much.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I
Is
mean?
it?
Like,
And is the new thing? I think it's supposed to be a series, actually.
yeah, I think I didn't know if it was a series or a movie. I honestly, after I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna read any more into this.
Yeah, I think I read a little bit more on it, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a series.
Oh, that's horrible. That
Yeah,
how are they gonna do this as a series? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to like because Stranger Things is so popular. They're trying to make it like another remake based on 80s stuff. Who knows? Like a show.
Yeah, it's just bad. I mean,
Yeah, but
could you
Jesse
imagine
Miller.
having to fight those things? You know what I mean? Like if you were to get tranquilized by them and all that, like you're just laying there waiting for them to get you, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. But like you were saying about how they made it too comedic, Jesse mentions it in the chat that it's he hates it when they get the tone so wrong. It's like way off. You not even watching the original really. It's like a different movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Seriously though, bro,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree
I just saw your
100%.
response.
It's sad. They really do. Like, oh, okay, so this is supposed to be horror, but nowadays people want the whole kitchen sink. So we need a lot more comedy in there instead. And let's throw about 5 people in a love whatever we should call that, not a triangle, love star.
A love star.
Yes, a love star. Yes, that's what we should call it. It's just like a group of people.
Oh my. May every point of the star burn as bright as the other.
Oh wow. Burn as bright as their love. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
But yeah, seriously though, I mean, it's just terrible when they try to put the whole kitchen sink in. They really need to just remember to just stick to horror, a little bit
Yeah.
of comedy.
Yep.
You know, the only action there should be is if like they're trying to fight off the killer or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that.
Agreed.
Like my favorite kill in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh
boxer
yeah.
dude
Yeah.
getting his head knocked off. Oh man.
Yeah, we talk about that one all the time. The guy getting his head punched off on top of the roof. That's a great
Wait,
one with
wait.
Julius.
Jesse just said there's like 3 new Leprechaun movies on TV.
I
Oh
saw
no.
that. I remember they
Oh
had one.
no.
I thought they just made one remake recently. I didn't know it was three.
They really made 3?
I have no
That's
idea.
terrible.
If that's the case, we'll have to check them out. I haven't
Oh
seen them.
no. He goes to the hood again. He goes to the hood
Oh
again.
God, no.
Or maybe
Oh,
it's the suburbs now. I
oh
don't
no.
know. He went to
Leprechaun
the
in the
hood
Hood.
already.
The
He went
first one
to
wasn't that
space.
bad. That second one, Leprechaun in the Hood Part 2. Oh God.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll be honest. All right, as a kid, Leprechaun did scare me. The first time I watched it, that crap scared me. I'm like, this dude's as tall as me, and he has magic. I can't fight against that. Like, I can't blow you up. I don't have a good chance of finding a 4-leaf clover. You know what I mean? Like, if it was Jason, I feel like I could handle it. Blow him up. Michael, blow him up. Find a way to blow them up.
Yep.
But Leprechaun, he's got magic, man. There's no beating magic, and you're just a person. That's too hard. Like I couldn't find a way to beat. You know what I mean? You can't kill him. Can he just heal himself too?
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So damn.
Pretty sure they do try to blow him up or cut him apart, and he just like goes back together, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. So like all you have to defend yourself is possibly finding a 4-leaf clover. Talk about some horror, man. Like everybody knows, you know, you could go in your backyard. Like I remember I used to go in my backyard as a kid and look for 4-leaf clover for friggin' hours on end, days on end, weeks on end, and I would not find one. You know why?
Yep.
Because that's not gonna happen. Like,
Exactly. It's just not a thing.
This is real life. So if he were to be real, that's why I was like, no, there's no chance of that.
Well, yeah,
happening.
exactly. Jesse Miller points it out and makes a good point that the leprechaun is a mythological entity, and he was never meant to be killed. He was never alive.
Huh.
But he also is asking us a question: if he thinks Jason would get killed if he would die by having his head cut off.
I think so. I think so.
Well, like the original incantation for sure. Or interpretation. But then in part 9, remember in part 9 they blow him up like the FBI or whatever, the special SWAT
Jason
team.
goes to hell.
Yeah, they blow him up and then he turns into like that thing, like where people are
Yeah.
eating his heart, and then like the
demon. Yeah, the guy at the morgue, he ate his heart because it was talking to him.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah,
that
that wasn't the worst. Like it wasn't the best Jason movie, but it's not the worst. I think it's just funny that it's so far removed from like your standard Friday the 13th, because I remember watching the behind the scenes that documentary on it, and the original director I mentioned, Sean Cunningham, gave the rights to his son and his buddy who were both in college, and he said, "You guys can do whatever you want, just get the hell out of that lake. Just get him out of Crystal Lake and get him out of that hockey mask."
Yeah. You want to know what I like the most about Jason Goes to Hell? You
What's
remember
that?
the burger joint that
Yes,
they
yeah,
were at?
the Voorhees burger and the Jason finger.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, man,
Can I
yes.
get a Voorhees burger? Like Creighton Duke's like eating it.
Bro, honestly, I would go there every day for those burgers. I don't give a damn. Oh man, that was just funny to me. You know what I mean? Like they literally have people making a Jason mask for a burger. I wonder how much they charge for those.
Yeah, exactly. And his sister's like working in the restaurant. Like, I wonder what she thinks of that. Serving them all day.
Oh man, definitely not fun for her.
No. But there's so many places that franchise could have gone. Because I remember there was also supposed to be, when they were talking about a newer movie before that game came out, they were talking about like a TV show as well. They were supposed to do a TV show on the CW network, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a prequel, like when he was a kid, and his dad was supposed to be in it, that sort of thing. There was a couple like rumors about it, but
Oh
that fell
yeah.
through. That fell through.
Yeah, they're supposed to show how his dad was and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, maybe I mean, obviously his mom. Like I honestly think she was probably killing people even before like Camp Crystal Lake. That
Oh
just gave her
God,
an
yeah,
excuse to do it openly.
yeah,
You know, and
exactly.
not give a damn.
Guaranteed.
She probably killed her husband, maybe.
Oh, you never know. He did like just anywhere in town, just walks into town. It's like, oh, you're the one that neglected my Jason.
or maybe they're both murderers, and you know they would argue over who has more kills.
Yeah,
I mean,
take it to
they're a
that
married
level.
couple. You never know. You never know.
It could be.
I mean, hey, me and my wife will play like Call of Duty, and you know, there's times where she actually gets close, and I'm like, oh fuck that shit. You know, I mean, like she'll get close to the amount of kills I'll have. I'm like, oh no, fuck that shit. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. And then, you know, of course, like I'll know she's right next to me, and I could legit know someone else took the kill from me, and I'll still blame her.
Oh
If she's
man.
watching this stream right now, I'm airing out some shit. Nah, she knows I do that. She knows. Oh, but anyway. Yeah, I wonder what Jason's dad was like.
Yeah, I know. There's actually the only mention of him is I think he was supposed to be in part 6 in Jason Lives, and he's supposed to be like a hidden character. And the only time you meet him is that he's actually in the book. I'm pretty sure he's in the novelization of part 6, and that old dude who's like the caretaker that Jason kills with like the whiskey bottle or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like a scene like at the end of the movie. The guy doesn't die in the book. There's a scene at the end of the book. I mean, not the movie, where Jason's dad shows up and pays the guy. Like he's been paying the dude to look after his grave. Tommy doesn't have that fight in the lake or whatever. And like he's back in the ground, and there's a scene of him paying the caretaker to continue looking after him.
Huh.
But that's just like I said, I haven't read the book. That's just stuff I've read on the internet. I don't have any way of verifying that. That's just all stuff I've heard on the internet and watching YouTube videos and behind the scenes documentaries. Speaking of which, stuff I've been reading about lately, I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but I know we talked about it. We're both fans of the movie, and I think we might have been just memeing about it on Twitter. But did we talk about the Terrifier, the sequels? That there's 2 sequels coming.
There's 2 sequels coming to Terrifier?
Yeah, man, they're making sequels. They're making 2. The creators already announced there's 2 coming.
That's crazy.
I know.
We're gonna have to do live streams for both of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're still in the chat with us, Jesse, Terrifier is like this crazy clown movie on Netflix that Rant and I we found it at about the same time, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That's why
I
we
remember you
decided to
told
do
me to
this
check it out
stream.
one time.
Yeah.
You told me to check it out one time, and I was like, "Oh," and I messaged you right after I checked it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing the picture and stuff." Like this is a clown you would never forget seeing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So definitely something to look
Oh man.
forward to. I don't think they had dates on when they'd come out, but definitely something to look forward to, at least in the horror genre.
All right, I'll definitely be looking out for those because that movie was cool. That movie
Oh
was
yeah.
definitely cool.
Wonder if there's any. I haven't really done any research to see if there's anything coming around Halloween this year. Like you know, we used to always get like a lot of good movies in the September
Yeah,
October time frame, and now the horror franchises are just so thin. Like I think there's another. I don't know if it's a Conjuring or an Annabelle. I'm pretty sure something like that is on the way.
yeah. So something like that's got to be on the way. I mean, honestly, like I've said before, all this, Marvel and stuff, I swear it's killing off horror movies. Like everyone wants Marvel type movies and just feel good movies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everyone just wants a feel good movie. They want to only laugh and stuff. They'd rather cry and stuff and all that than be scared
Yep.
nowadays.
Exactly. They don't like to be scared, or they say, "Oh, I'm not scared," because they don't want to watch a horror movie because it scares them. Actually, we got it. The second part of it is coming out this year.
That's right. That is right.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder how that's gonna go. Oh man.
Oh, if it's as good as the first one, I think it'll be a great one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have a pretty good list of actors. I can't remember all of them,
Oh, the
but
grown-up cast. Yeah.
yeah, all I remember is they got Bill Hader to play
Yeah.
Richie. Yeah, beep Richie. And that's just perfect casting. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Richie, I was like, okay, so for part two, we got to get Bill Hader. I mean, that's this kid grown up. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real.
Exactly.
And then
And James McAvoy is playing Big
yes,
Bill. Yep.
yes, that's right. That was gonna be the next one I said.
Yep.
That's the only other one I remember.
That's gonna be awesome. McAvoy is a
Yeah.
great actor.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He
I
really
love
is.
that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah. He was awesome
Yeah.
as speaking of superhero movies, he was awesome as Xavier.
Yeah, honestly, like when I saw him as Xavier, I was just like,
Yep.
damn,
Yep.
that is really good. Like that is like spot on.
He really
You know what
did.
I mean?
He did like an awesome impression.
Yeah. I didn't even get to see him in Split. Honestly, I wanted to so bad, but the links and stuff went away. I just got to get the DVD at some
Gotcha.
point.
I have to be honest, I haven't watched it. As a horror fan, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I should have watched it when I had the chance, man.
And then we had the I think it's already just came out a little while ago, the Pet Cemetery remake.
Oh yes, I need to get. My brother actually went to go see that tonight.
Oh yeah?
Yep. I'm so
Nice.
upset. I'm so upset.
Well, hopefully you can check it out soon. I haven't seen it myself, but get ready for this because we talked about this. I'm not sure if it was this week. It might have been last week's stream. With the one that I have with Cub and Jez. Cub
Yeah.
actually prefers this new remake to the original.
What?
Yeah, I was shocked because that like Cub is
What?
like if you know Cub, he's like very critical on movies, like
Oh
very
yeah.
critical. But
Oh
he
yeah.
actually preferred the remake. He said it was like
That's
done.
crazy.
It's a very faithful adaptation to the book. All he had was good things to say about it. I'm like,
Well then,
who am I talking to right now?
I know, right? It's not the lone wolf cub.
No.
This is the pack, like alpha pack cub or something. I don't know. Alpha cub.
But no, then there was I think the New Mutants were supposed to come out this year as well.
Oh yeah.
And with
How
the
does that look to you?
I thought it looked amazing, like a horror style, like superhero movie. I was like right into it, but I think with the Disney merger with Fox, they put it on the back burner. I don't think it's getting
Yeah.
released.
Yeah, honestly, that's what's like gotten me worried about it. I remember I looked up a little bit on the New Mutants and stuff, like the comic books. I didn't read anything, just wanted to look at the artwork, and I was like, oh, so it seems like they're matching the tone pretty well. You know what I mean? I was getting excited for it, and like you said, with the whole merger, who knows if it's actually gonna come out?
Exactly.
Yeah, it would be bad if it would be like so messed up if they like really just for some reason didn't like release it because they already filmed it. It's already filmed.
Yeah, exactly. It was already done and ready to go.
Yeah, but they have the money to waste, right? So what does it matter to them?
Oh,
That's the
Disney.
sad
Oh,
part.
there is one more I just remembered that's coming out, another sequel this year, and it's been like I want to. The Zombieland Part 2 is coming out this year.
That is coming out this year. Oh
Yeah,
snap!
yeah, it is on the schedule for
Oh
this year.
man!
I think it's like in October. I said that to myself. I said that in the I suggested it. Hey, we don't get movies in October anymore. Any more good horror movies? But yeah, I'm pretty sure Zombieland is on the schedule for this year in October.
Oh, all right, all right. Zombieland was good.
Oh yeah,
Woody Harrelson was so awesome.
yep.
Just looking for a Twinkie, man.
Always looking for that Twinkie and always getting stuck with the snowball.
Right? I remember when he opened up that truck.
Yeah, the one truck.
It's all friggin' snowballs, and he's just kicking them all up and stuff. And then this dude starts walking down the hill and he grabs one, he starts eating it. Oh man.
That's actually not that bad.
That was so funny. I think the
bad
best part of that movie though was probably when they went to that little shop and they like wrecked the place and he said rule number something, enjoy the little things.
Oh yeah, enjoy the little things where they trashed like the little shop,
Yeah.
the tour shop or like the roadside store.
I mean, you gotta admit that's kind of a fantasy. You know what I mean? Just to be able to wreck a place just because.
Oh yeah, exactly. For sure. And yeah, you're right. That movie was so funny. It was so feel good. It was like a good zombie movie as well. It's like when zombie movies felt good. Like I don't know about you, man, but I'm a little over zombies, like with The Walking Dead and how long it's been going on. Like I'll watch zombies now and again, but like it has to be done well. It has to be done well.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, can you even call The Walking Dead a zombie show? I mean, they've been fighting against people for the past, I don't know, like there's been too many seasons of them fighting against people. There's no more day to day, oh, let's run out to a store and scavenge and oh no, there's zombies in the store. Ah, you know?
Exactly, because then I guess the fan base that watches it now would get bored with that. But you're right. That's when the show was good, or when like in the middle. Like I tapped after season 4. Like I stopped watching after season 4. But like season 3, like when there would be like hordes, there would be like walls of zombies like on the road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those shots were good because like what the hell are you gonna do against that?
Yeah,
like,
man.
What is Negan with his little baseball bat with barbed wire gonna do against that? Like, really?
I don't know.
Have fun.
I don't know. I don't know. You can. I mean, there's that little trick you can do where you get their blood all over you and stuff like that.
Yep.
I mean, I thought that was actually pretty cool. That part was crazy. Like I remember when they Rick and Glenn did that in what was it, like the 3rd episode maybe?
Yeah, like in the start of the show, like when you first met Glenn.
Yeah. That was just some crazy stuff, man. I was just like, oh, like I could only imagine what it smells like, but if I had to, I would do it. You know what I mean? But oh man, you're putting someone else's guts all over you.
Exactly. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, whether it be zombie or tauntaun. You got to do what you got to do.
I know. I would do the same thing. I'd feel bad for the tauntaun though. It's like, I'm sorry, as if I didn't treat you as a slave enough. Now I'm like, mutilating your body so I can be warm.
But it had already frozen to death, but he should never have gone out.
That is true. But Luke would have died with if Han didn't go out.
Well, yeah, exactly. So he had to.
It was
always in retrospect. And there is another one that I totally forgot again as well that's coming out this year. Another remake, and I think we got some Netflix movies recently, like a Netflix remake. But there's a Child's Play remake coming out.
That is right. How are we forgetting all of these movies?
I know. It's like we do not do our research. We need to do more. We need to do more and more thorough horror research before we come on these shows.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what do you think about his name is now Buddy, right?
Well, that was his. I think that's what the name of the toy was initially, wasn't it? Was it a Chucky or
Yeah,
a Buddy?
I think it's Buddy.
It's Buddy now?
Well, that's what I keep seeing.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I think
that
it's
works.
still. I don't know if it's gonna be Buddy or if it's supposed to be Chucky. I don't know. Like I'm wondering if I'm hoping that they keep it like the same premise, like Charles Lee, right? That was his name, right? The
Yeah.
killer's name in
Yeah.
the yeah. I hope it's still like that type of thing. Like he transfers his soul over to the doll and stuff.
Yeah. It's got to
Yeah,
be something like that for sure.
yeah, yeah. And the fact that it's Mark Hamill voicing him, oh
I
man,
know. I know. That's going to be good. Like, I don't know
oh
about like the doll and how it's going to be and like how watered down it is going to be because modern horror movies and today's movies,
yeah.
like everything is a little like too politically incorrect sometimes. But Mark Hamill doing that voice because as the Joker, he's awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean that's who I love him as the Joker. He's like number one.
Yep.
Even though he's not fully acting as the Joker. I love even just the fact that he does the voice work for it because it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Oh man. Like just watching like the cut scenes from the video games and stuff, it's just like, dang, he really puts his all into it.
Exactly. Exactly. Speaking of the Joker, do you think we're gonna get like a darker Joker movie, like a horror-esque movie with this new one coming out?
No, it's gonna be all emotional. I think
Gonna be
that's
like,
the feel I got.
yeah. I
I
was
mean,
hoping it would have been like a darker take on it.
yeah, honestly, what I was imagining, like yes, he could still be taking care of his mom, but all like the more like feelings and stuff, like I was hoping maybe get a shot of him like maybe back in school, and there are kids that would bully on him,
Yeah.
but he would always laugh while they beat him up, and they'd call him a freak, stuff like that, and maybe one day one of these kids have an accident and he's the one standing there still friggin' laughing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to always be able to see the crazy in him. You know what I mean? But I get it. The Joker's ideals are anyone can have a bad day and turn into him. So I get where they're making it more emotional, but I just wish it was dialed back a little bit more, you know?
Agreed. Agreed.
Like, do you think we're gonna get the Joker's laughing gas at all in this one?
In the new Joker movie?
Yeah.
I hope so. Like you got it. You can't have a Joker movie without like mention of the laughing gas.
I mean, I
That's
would
like one
love
of
to
my
be able to see
favorite.
that.
It's got it. Like it's like one of my favorite lines from like the original, like the newer or like the 1989 or whatever with Jack Nicholson, like the Smilex.
Yeah.
This is brought to you by Smilex.
Like I just it's just terrible. I would love to be able to see the Joker fighting Batman, like a Joker movie, and he's still fighting Batman. I don't know. It would seem to be hard to do a Joker movie without his counterpart. You know what I mean?
Yep, agreed.
Because let's be real, Batman is his counterpart. I mean, that's his brother right there.
Pretty much, but I don't think we're gonna get him in that movie because nobody's
No,
cast as him.
I mean, unless they keep it top secret, I mean, they could do that.
They could, or they could do like a scene where like Batman's on top of a rooftop and it's just like a shadow.
Yeah, like
Just like
maybe
the
at the
shadow
very
of the
end,
bat. Yeah.
something like that, like a cut scene. Yeah, like oh, like he's robbing a bank, and then we see, you know what I mean? Like
You got it.
it
We
pans
see like
out.
the wings spread, like the span of the wings open up, and you see like the
Yeah,
yep.
that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Joaquin Phoenix will be a bad Joker. I mean,
Oh no, I think
honestly, I
he'll
see him.
do a
Yeah,
great job.
right. I see. Like he's an awesome actor. I mean, I
Yep.
think he could do a fantastic Joker, hands down. It's just give him the Joker. Honestly, have him work with Mark Hamill a bit. Like seriously, just be like, hey man, so how do you think? Like, how do you take on the Joker? Like, how do you become the Joker? Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's terrible because at the same time you gotta go with what they write. So
True enough.
it's a win lose. It's a win lose. I
It
just wish
really is.
they let actors improvise a little bit more on set these days. They really try to have them stick to what's written so everything can be politically correct.
Yep.
It's like they scan for it. You know what I mean? Like they have certain people. It's like, all right, you scan pages 1 to 10, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. And it's just like, you guys scan all those pages to see if these are politically correct. These lines have to be
Uh,
politically correct. It's like, oh, sorry, ma'am. Sign of toxic masculinity right here. It says a
yeah,
man takes
exactly.
a shower first. We can't have that. Why should he take a shower first?
He has shower priority. This is toxic masculinity. But yeah, I was just looking up Annabelle. There is a sequel coming in June. It's called
Oh my
Annabelle Comes
gosh.
Home. Annabelle Comes Home. It's a sequel to 2014's Annabelle, not the prequel from the creation. This is a sequel to the original Annabelle.
Oh man. So can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is she coming home to finally die?
I
Like,
I don't know. Probably just to terrify. I don't see that movie franchising anytime soon. They'll just like
oh man.
the doll will just keep switching families.
It's
It's
terrible.
it's like a Chucky doll that doesn't talk.
I can't stand it, man. Like honestly, ghost movies, I just like my brother was watching Annabelle Creation not too long ago,
Mhm.
and it was actually at one of the like the intense scenes. The girl was like thrown into a farmhouse and she got whipped around and all
I
that, and
remember that. Yep, I
yeah,
went
I'm
to
just
see it.
standing there and I'm just like, it's so boring. Like I can't, I don't know what it is. Certain ghost movies, like a lot of ghost movies, just don't. I don't know. I don't click with them
Mhm.
anymore. I guess I'm just more old fashioned. Give me a crazy guy with a knife and a mask. You know?
Exactly. I don't mind a good ghost story, but it's got to be done really well. And the
Yeah,
Annabelle thing gets old pretty quickly.
yeah. I mean, they're doing the Annabelle movies and then all the Conjuring movies.
Yep.
Just that whole cinematic universe together alone. Like there's plenty of movies, and then let's not forget Paranormal Activity. I mean, how
Yep.
many of movies did they have? It
Uh,
was a
Five,
ridiculous
I
amount.
think. I think they're at five now. And then
Oh
there's like the Cloverfield effect, and
yeah, yeah. I
that's getting
just
more sci-fi horror, but it's like the same idea, like big music, jump scares.
yeah. I can't stand it anymore. Like there was only one that me and my wife watched that we actually liked. This kid was getting turned into a demon, and like they at first they thought it was fun, but then like they realized that like something bad was happening, and he actually turned into the demon. That was pretty cool.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I think both of his friends died too. Yeah, but it took forever though for it to finally for him to change and stuff. But yeah, it like I don't know. I don't know. I can't get into so many ghost movies. It's crazy. But you
Mm.
want to know what's funny? I just like for some reason remembered a slasher movie. I can't remember when it was made. Laid to Rest. Have you ever seen that?
Laid to rest? No, I haven't.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna try to get the picture up real quick for you because it's a weird one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was made in 2009. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I was just looking at it myself and just checking it out. See if I recognize anyone in it or because I have not seen this.
Do you see it?
Let me take a look. Click on your screen. Oop. I'm now I see it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm looking.
This guy wears like a camera on his head or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he just I can't even remember the whole premise of the movie, but
Mm.
it was, it was like it was pretty cool. Just, how it was, how he was. I don't
Chrome
know.
skull. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool looking. Pretty cool
Very
looking.
nice.
Honestly, for a while, like I remember when I saw it back then, I was just like, this could be like a new face of horror right here. And then there was a part two that came out. It
Oh,
wasn't as
there
good
was
as
a
the first
there was a
one, but
sequel.
yeah, yeah. And then, after that, it died off, and I was just like, oh, come on, I wanted to see Chrome Skull again. Like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, he has two knives and stuff, and just the way he was, like, oh, it was just, I actually making me want to watch it again now, now that I think about it.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I'll have to check both of them out.
Yeah, it was a really offbeat, weird one. I honestly cannot remember the premise of that movie whatsoever, but it was cool. It was a pretty cool one. Kind of like Terrifier, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's just out there to be out there. Oh man. So many good horror movies, so many good horror
Really.
movies. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Exactly. We're talking about new ones, but we were talking about older ones earlier. There's just so many out there. And they're so like uh not ones that aren't well known, like the one you just brought up that people can just go in. That's what I love about the horror genre because you just get into it. You can go down like rabbit holes and just find like all these other gems of movies. You're like, oh my God, like who made this? Like who who wrote this sort of thing is, but you
Yeah,
enjoy it. It's like it's terrible, but it's enjoyable at the same time, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, horror
Yeah.
movies. It's people's sick pleasures coming to life in a way.
Mhm.
I mean, just like oh yeah. Okay, there's one thing that was said that's true in Halloween Resurrection. As shitty as that movie is,
Oh
you
God, here
remember
we go.
that? You remember that curly headed guy
Um,
with the
oh,
black hair, the
the
leather
dude with
jacket?
like the longer black hair that's like the curly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Michael
yeah,
squeezed his head to death.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was saying that Michael Myers is our deepest and darkest thoughts. He's the one that tells you to strangle the old lady that's taking too long at the counter, at the checkout counter.
That is a pretty good line. That is a pretty good line.
Like that's the most truest thing I've ever heard in a horror movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just like, just hurry up and buy your damn cranberries.
Exactly. Get your cranberries in the cart and get going because I've got some place to be.
I'm hosting. Like, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We have a show tonight.
Oh
But
man.
no, like I still don't understand why that movie like killed the Halloween franchise until we got the remake or the actual sequel last year because I don't know why they would go for that like found footage like that live action take on Halloween. It's not like it's a pretty easy formula. Like
Yeah, it is.
you
It
don't
is.
need to do that. Like all the cameras and like watching it on TV because that was like the whole thing at that time in horror movies. Everybody was doing that sort of movie,
Yeah.
like found footage, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, all you need to do is just have it be Halloween time again, and there's kids gonna party, and Michael,
Yep.
just he gives everyone red wine.
Yep.
He brings everyone red wine.
Yep.
It's a lot
Exactly.
thicker than the wine that Stacy brought earlier, but
That's like there were some parts of the remake that we got last year I didn't like, but there were some parts I did like, and the parts I did like were like the atmospheric things where, like you said, it would be like teens partying or people partying, and like he'd just be out in like the alleyway, like
yeah,
they'd be like looking outside, and he'd just be out there, like
yeah, yeah. Honestly, my favorite part of the remake we got last year was when he puts on his mask.
oh yeah, yeah, it's like when he
Like,
goes and kills the two people, like doing the news
yeah,
documentary or whatever.
yeah. But literally, like that part when he's at the back of the car and puts on his mask, like I
Yes.
literally got
Yep.
chills. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, Michael, you got your mask back." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean that whole scene was because I know that before he got released, before like he escaped, when they were visiting him in the hospital, there was supposed to be like deeper meaning to like that scene where like the guy's talking to him and like what's being like the way he's standing. I was reading stuff
Yeah.
online. I'm like, it's just a horror movie. I don't know what we're talking about, but I love like when they go to that gas station because it's such a cliched slasher scene. Like when she's in, like when the girl's in the stall and he's getting his head crushed and the teeth are flying all over the floor, and she's like, oh,
Oh
what, like
man.
what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? There's like teeth all over the floor.
For real, man. Like, and honestly, Michael Myers and gas stations go hand in hand. I
Yep,
mean, that's how he always gets, his mechanic suit, because
exactly.
there's always a mechanic at their
Yeah,
gas stations working on
conveniently.
a car,
Yeah,
waiting unsuspectingly to get killed by Michael horrifically.
exactly.
Like, it's the truth. It's the truth. Honestly, like, if you're in a horror movie and it's Halloween, you better hope your ass don't work on cars.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. There are 0 auto mechanics open in Haddonfield, Indiana. Or Illinois. There are no auto mechanic shop anywhere in that city. Or everybody works in like shorts. Shorts and a t-shirt.
Seriously. I mean, come on. Oh man, it's funny. It's funny because could you imagine if like he went there and they were closed and he's just standing there and his like, I mean, well,
Yeah,
it was like a jump. Was it a jumpsuit or like I
like
don't know?
it's supposed to be like overalls, like work
Yeah,
overalls. Yeah.
yeah. Like he's just standing there like, oh damn, they're closed.
Yeah,
So how
like
am I supposed to get my suit now?
he gets there, he gets there, and the close sign is flashing, and he does that little head tilt that he does, like
Yeah.
tilts his head to the side. It's like what?
He just tries to walk to another one.
Exactly. And exactly, like before he gets up to the store that's closed, that's playing the music, like and then it's closed, and he looks at it, and then he turns around and walks to the next one, and the music again.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
That's how you do a horror comedy properly. Not a
Yeah,
parody.
for sure. Oh, good old Michael.
Oh
It's
yeah.
funny because I love the fact that like in horror movies, the head tilt is always a sign of something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it always tells you something at that very, very specific moment. You know what I mean? Like even
Yep.
how slow they do the head tilt or something. Like it's crazy when you think
Exactly.
about it. Like even though they have, these dark black eyes, like these pitch black eyes that you're looking into for like with their masks, like it's as if you can still see the emotion in the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like I swear there's times I'm just like, seems kind of sad right now. You know what I mean? Like I remember that time when what was it? In H2O, Michael was trying to get Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and she was behind that locked gate thing. You remember that?
Oh
And like
yes, yep.
his knife was all up in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Like he seemed kind of sad that he couldn't get to her. Like it was crazy.
Exactly. H2O. I think we talked about it on our last stream, but H2O is so underrated in that series. It's way better than the
Yeah.
last couple like original Halloweens, like 5 and 6. It's way
Oh
better
yeah.
than that.
Honestly, I liked her relationship with Josh Hartnett's
Yep.
character more than the remake we got today. Like, you know what I mean? I like her
Oh
relationship.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Agreed.
because they argued about it. You know what I mean? Like, he made me feel it when he was like, "Mom, I'm not responsible for you." You know what I mean? Like, I can't be trying to take care of you. I gotta live my own life. Like, we can't let Michael take over everything. Like, it was
Exactly,
pretty dope.
exactly. And it was disappointing that they retconned that character in this new movie. Like he doesn't exist. Like it's just the daughter. They should have at least like wrote him in like he died or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
something. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, her older brother or something like that. Like they
Yeah.
could
Or
have
like
did it.
he's at college or something. Like just write him, put him in the script. Like I know you're like you're supposed to be like a direct sequel to the original, but that was a good character. They didn't need to completely retcon it out like
I
a lot
mean,
of the other
he
characters
got
that we got.
yeah, he got stabbed in the friggin' leg. I mean, he earned his stripes.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael stabbed him in the friggin' leg. Like,
Exactly. Keep that character. If you want to retcon like 20 something like Tommy Doyle from part 6, go ahead. Even though I love Paul Rudd. Love Paul Rudd,
yeah,
but he is
yeah.
horrible in that movie.
I mean, Michael's coming. He's coming to get you. He was just so monotone.
Yeah.
It
It's just
was so funny.
so bad.
Oh
So bad.
man.
And just the way that whole movie was handled. Like there was two
Yeah,
versions. There's like the theatrical and the director's or the producer's cut. And
yeah,
I don't know. And like in that movie, by that time, Donald Pleasance as Loomis was so old as well.
yeah. It was sad. It was sad that we had to let him go.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was awesome. He's like he made the Halloween franchise. Out of those all three that we keep talking about, Halloween is definitely the one that's like I consider the most scary. Just because you've got that character in Loomis that's always saying
Yeah,
like, "You don't understand. You don't understand what's coming," because he keeps like driving home how like crazy this guy is that's coming, and it just
yeah,
builds up anticipation.
yeah. It's honestly, it's honestly, it's just, it's a beautiful horror movie. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the guy with the glasses that has the glasses and he gets killed. And then Michael walks in on his girl and
Oh yeah,
he's
the
wearing the
first one,
ghost
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, I think the
Oh
character's name is Paul. He's got like the bed sheet over him with the glasses.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That kill
funny
that kill
because
is really good for that guy when he's down in the kitchen and he stabs him against the kitchen door.
yeah.
There's like sticks out. Like that's legit.
Yeah, man. Like, oh, just Michael Myers is definitely one of the good ones.
Oh yeah.
I just hope that, this part two, it really isn't an end because I really feel like Michael can survive fire with no problem.
Yeah, exactly. They should just leave it open. It's got to be Michael Myers. They can't hand it off. You can't hand off a horror franchise. This isn't Star Wars.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry, but not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but to a girl at that. Like, I'm sorry, but to this skinny, scrawny girl.
Hmm.
Like, of course, it would make for a good horror movie because no one would expect a skinny, scrawny girl. But, I don't think she's going to be able to take a bullet as easy as Michael could.
Hmm.
Just saying. I mean, even in the first remake, remember, Loomis had a 357.
Yeah,
Shot him how many
exactly.
times, and Michael still lived everybody.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly. Shot him at the end a couple times too. Blew him up. It's 6 times initially. I shot him 6 times, Sheriff.
like, you
Six
see what I'm saying?
times.
See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? It's kind of facts here. You know, I don't think that girl can handle a 357 bullet. You know what I mean? Like, she would get shot and be like, okay, you guys got me. Just lock me up. You know what I mean? I don't think she would be able to handle getting shot like that, no matter how crazy she is. She's not big at all. Like, at least gain some weight, something. You know?
They have to have a montage of her like get it bulking up, like working out.
That would be funny. Oh man, it is almost 11 o'clock, man. We're gonna have to end this stream. Oh man, it is unfortunate. Showback couldn't join us, man.
Yeah, it's too bad. He always brings some good stuff to it. He's a
Oh
nice
yeah.
guy. He always brings another voice to the rant of horror.
You want to plug your channel, bro?
For sure, man. Thanks. I'm Atdawn. Like I said off the top, I've got a YouTube channel here in the community, part of the Fandom Collective. Happy to be a part of it. I do a mix of gaming, live streaming, and movie reviews. I have a weekly live stream every Sunday at 4 p.m. where I talk movies and everything pop culture. Also, TV with Jez Oldfeld and Lone Wolf Cub. This week, we're actually going to go on Saturday, probably around the same time as 4. And thanks as always, Rant. I love coming on here and co-hosting with you, talking horror. I can't get enough of this. I look forward to this one day a month we do. Like I love when we talk about because when we get into it, like we know.
Yeah, yeah. It gets to be a lot of fun. It really
Yep.
does. And I gotta say thank you again for coming up with this idea. Seriously.
No
So
problem, man.
all of you out there, y'all need to check out Atdawn and sub to him. Follow him on Twitter because he's awesome. He really is. And if you don't, I will put you on a lake on a small raft, and I'll pop out at you, and I'll go "Argh!" in slow motion. It happens sometimes. Just ask the girl from Friday the 13th. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'll have seaweed all over me too. Yeah, maybe a couple of dead fish
Oh
somewhere,
boy.
somewhere hanging out of my clothes. Maybe a couple of crabs hanging from my ears. You know.
Oh man. Not a pretty
Oh,
picture.
all right. Well, I am the Rant. I do a whole bunch of different stuff, but as always, YouTubers, y'all keep on ranting.